Now, from the Pilgrim Lanes in Haverhill, it's the 20th annual Candlepin Bowling Championship. And competing for the $10,000 grand prize are Paul Berger of Hopedale, who qualified with a 479. Jack Saniuk of Quincy, who qualified with a 449. Jeff Atkins of Springfield, who qualified with a 439. Skip Easterbrooks of Plainville, who qualified with a 426. And Jim Flynn of Salem, who qualified with a 423. Hi, everyone. Welcome once again to Candlepin Bowling, but not just our regular show. This is the big one. I'm glad all of you folks are here and all of you out there who are listening in and watching. Now, we have some gorgeous trophies here, which have been presented by Din Brothers of Boston Holyoke, as they do for each of our weekly shows. And we have prize money in addition, of course, to what I've already mentioned, because each of these bowlers, who is very capable, as you know, of making marks, will have exactly the same opportunity as they do each week, and that is to make more bonus money. So we are guaranteed to give away at least $20,000. And working with me, and it's a great pleasure to have him here, is last year's champion, Dick O'Connell.
Hi, Don. Thank you for inviting me here.
Oh, we're glad to have you. You notice, did you ever get a standing O like that?
Not in a long time.
Well, you got one last year because you had a tough guy with the last two matches against you, Tommy Ulster, who didn't make it this year.
It's unfortunate that he didn't make it, but he is a great competitor.
Well, you know what it's like for each of these guys because you've been here and you've been a champion 3 times. You're going to sit there with me and talk about it. And so you and I can shake hands here, and let's get going.
This Candlepin Bowling Championship show is sponsored in part by the Massachusetts Bowling Association.
It's a stepladder, as you know, and so we will start with Jim Flynn of Salem, and he will be bowling against the number 4 seed, Skip Easterbrooks of Plainville. 5-pin standing. Dick, what does he look for here, the 1-3?
Yeah, he's going to look to go through the 1-3 pocket here. He hit it a little outside. I would imagine he has a few butterflies right at the moment.
No wonder. So he begins with a 10. Now the winner of this match, in this stepladder, then will move on to face Jeff Atkins of Springfield. He was the number 3rd seed.
Jimmy's a good young bowler coming up in the ranks right now. He bowls with me in the world tournaments. He's been consistently averaging 126, 127.
Yeah, we were impressed with him because we weren't expecting him the day that he came. The man who had originally been scheduled to be in that spot was unable to make it, and Jim came in second in the roll-off, and so he qualified for it.
Skip I'm not too familiar with. I've seen him in a few tournaments. So, you know, I really don't have a lot I can say. I just haven't seen him bowl that often.
He did well. He's from a little town, Plainville. And as he told me himself, what does it feel like when that happens?
Oh, it's a terrible feeling because your next ball you're saying, geez, I got to knock down at least 7 or 8 more of them.
Oh, no. For a moment. And it apparently was a lob. Ralph Stewart, our lob line judge and referee, holds up 2 fingers for the box.
That's a tough box, especially to start off.
Sure is.
Well, he come right back with a nice ball, though.
For a moment, I thought it was going to be a strike. He has a high single of 183, a high triple of 454. His league average is 123.
Oops. Oh, he missed that. If he had made that one, it would have put the pressure back on Jimmy, even with the 2-box.
Well, now I'm sure he will probably sit down and say, okay, Skip, let's settle down here. Jimmy Flynn from Salem. He has a high single of 203.
Oh, that's why.
Nice ball. High triple of 489. His league average is 125.
That's why he has a high single of 203. Oh, there he goes. He got that extra pin to fall for him in the corner.
Gets a lot of action on the ball.
Yes, he does. That's set up pretty well for the spare.
All right, let's see how Skip does now. He's had time to maybe settle down a little bit.
I think Jimmy's adrenaline's running a little bit now. He was given the opening, and he's taking advantage.
All right, you got the 4 horsemen right side and the 5 pin.
I'd shoot right into the 1-3 pocket. Hopefully the ball goes back, takes out the 5, and the rest run down.
Went to the left side. I don't know whether he did that on purpose or not, but
I don't think so. I think he was probably shooting the pocket.
an 8.
Skipper's going to have to do something here, Don. We're getting halfway to the game. Could be running out of boxes shortly. He got a break there. He got that 10 pin to fall for him. So if he go in the 1-2 pocket, he should be all set.
All right, let's see if he can. It'll really be good for him if he doesn't. Oh, that hurts.
Little heavy on it.
You know, the interesting thing about these two guys is that when Skip Easterbrooks came on and qualified with his very first appearance with 426, then he won the next week with a 392, and when he lost, he was beaten by Jim Flynn.
Is that right?
So this is their second meeting.
Wow.
So maybe psychologically that may have something to do with it too, because Jimmy's already beaten him this year.
Jimmy's right on the head pin right now.
Okay.
Got a tough break there. Kind of hard to split those 3 over. He may want to go outside and come off the wall.
No.
And that's exactly what he did.
Usually when the bowler uses the wall, particularly somebody who fires the ball like you, gets a bigger action and it comes across with a little more force.
Yeah, he hit it a little solid, but it came off the wall for him very nicely. Oh.
All right, a deuce.
Oh, that was a nice try. He'll just try to pick one.
8. And so far, Flynn has the first bonus money for 3 marks in a row.
Well, Skipper definitely has to do something now. This shot can be played either way, inside or out. If he can split the 2, the 7 should go. If he goes outside, the ball should carry into the 7. But you had to hit the 2 pin.
When I see that leave, sometimes I think that's almost impossible, because it seems to me that if you do hit the 2 pin, that it's going to go off the sidewall and not get back to the 7.
That happens. That was another nice ball he threw, but again, he didn't carry that extra pin, leaving the 7 pin. He has to try to split those 2, send the 3 pin across.
what he needs is a spectacular one. I thought perhaps at that moment he might get the 6 and 10 and also get the 6 to go across.
Right.
That would have been a pick-me-up.
I think Jimmy's feeling pretty confident about this string right at the moment with 4 boxes to go and a 25-pin lead. He gets another mark here and he's on his way.
The lovely old half Worcester.
Right. I think he just wants to grind out a 9 or a 10 out of this box. Oh, what a nice shot.
How about that?
That was a nice shot. You don't see that too often.